What's up, guys? Welcome to Nintendo Power Block, episode 139. Yes, this is the final episode of 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrigan. Alongside me, as always, is that retro code, Eddie Fresh.
Now you're playing with power. Yes. Hello, everybody.
I half expected a power glove to come up out of nowhere.
The power glove.
I still want to get one of those and make it so I can hold my phone, and then I can use it on my wrist.
That voice you hear is the wise Wisconsinite, Jesse Douglas.
What's up, everyone?
Ah, man. Video games. That's what's up. Speaking of video games, I'm going to get through some of this housekeeping real quick. Not much to say, really, except for Nindy Showcase Season 2 starts in just 2 weeks on January 5th. 2019. So if you want to subscribe to Nintendo Power Block's YouTube channel to check out those episodes, they are coming up. Great selection of games running through the last week of February. So 8 great games for you to play on your Nintendo Switch. Also, like I said, this is the last episode of the year, so no episode next week because of the holidays and stuff, but we will be returning on January 1st for the first episode of 2019. We will be going over our most anticipated games of 2019 for Nintendo consoles. That also includes 3DS, so I know there's a couple out there that are pretty interesting. So especially the Mario & Luigi remake that's coming, and the Kirby's Epic Yarn remake.
And once again, everybody, this is just the first half of predictions. Like, we haven't even touched what happens after E3 and beyond.
I don't even want to think about E3 yet, dude. It's not even the year of E3 yet,
dude. There's just games that still are being announced for Switch that's coming out of nowhere, and I'm just like, we just did a list, we just did a show about this, and now we got more.
I know, it's insane. 2019 is going to be insane. I think it's going to be another big year for Nintendo in terms of high quality games coming from first party and third party. Yes. You know, because we did get some announcements at the Game Awards for big games coming in 2019 that are third party games, like Mortal Kombat 11 and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Technically not a third party game, technically published by Nintendo, but it's insane. So we got a lot of games to go over on the first episode of 2019. Hope you join us there. Also, twitch.tv/NGR Radio. We are going to attempt to try to live stream the episodes now. We've dabbled in it before, and then we kind of just stopped doing it. But I do want to start getting live streams on Saturdays, so you can come check us out on Saturdays when we record. More details on that later. But today's episode, we are going to talk about our Nintendo Games of the Year. We're going to give you guys 5 honorable mentions, and then we will give a top 5 for our favorite Nintendo Switch games of the year. And then we've created a points system. Yes, a mathematically integrated way to come up with Game of the Year. So who knows if it'll work. Jesse suggested we talk out ties, so we'll do that, I guess. And so, yeah. Anybody been playing anything interesting real quick? I know I said we weren't really going to do this, but you know.
I will say that Okay, of course, Smash Ultimate. My review will be up this Friday, everybody, so you can check that out. Also, I played Gris. I picked it up. I've seen it, but I didn't actually know what it was, and I'm going to be playing more. I'm going to do a review for it, and it is definitely a game to have. I will say that. Corey, I think you definitely would appreciate it more for its art style. Seeing this art in motion, I think I may want to see more games like this. And I didn't. I just let everybody know I didn't put it on my Game of the Year nominations because it just came out. I haven't had time to like really work through everything to see everything. But art style wise, this is crazy on what indies are going to probably be in the future. Like this art style's level of I want to definitely see more, and I want to see actual major AAA third party take this art style and like fully flesh it out for maybe a $50 or $60 game. Because it's beautiful. Gameplay is amazing too. And it's kind of a Metroidvania style game. But there's actually no combat in it. Beautiful soundtrack. But yeah, you guys will be able to check out that review for it. So yeah, Gris is what I've been playing. Like that's kind of like the brand new one. But yeah, Corey, if you ever get a chance to check it out, I think you really will appreciate the art style for it.
Yeah, I mean it's a game I've been wanting to check out. I watched the trailer again last night. You know, it's on the eShop featured stuff. I was gonna pick it up. I was gonna pick that up and some. What was the other game? I was gonna pick something else up. I can't really remember offhand right now. But Ukulele was finally on sale on the eShop, so I ended up picking that up instead. And you know, Gris is a game that I really want to play. You know, I love the art. I love the style of the game. That it just looks amazing. So, yeah, that's definitely a game I wanna check out for sure. But Jesse, what have you been playing besides winning all the time in Blackout? Apparently.
Yeah, well, yeah, I played that a little bit. But as far as Switch goes, I haven't done a whole lot. But I did finally finish Yoku's Island Express, like beat that.
Nice.
I didn't 100% it yet. After you beat it, you kind of lets you go back into the world, and then you can go back and do whatever extra stuff is left to try to 100% it if you want. So like I've only delivered 2 of the 3 packages or whatever that you kind of like the special packages you get. So like I'm kind of trying to go back and do that and find all the extra things and stuff like that. So yeah, so I finally beat that, and that game is amazing. So but yeah, and then other than that, I played some Below a little bit this morning, and like I'll be honest, like the original, you know, style of Zelda games never really held my attention too much. Like I've played them, but the whole top-down style, like it wasn't really ever, you know, I just didn't really get into it much. But this game, even though it's basically that kind of like style, almost like a Zelda, like an original Zelda game, like just everything about like the art style and the sound and all that stuff is just like it keeps me intrigued, even though it's not a normal style of game that I really care too much for. So I've been enjoying that so far. I haven't really gotten too far into it, but it's amazing. Like the intro to that game is seriously one of the best intros that I've seen in a long time in a game. Like it just like sound wise, like it's really about the sound, like how it starts out, but it's just amazing. And then I've also played some Ashen and Mutant Year Zero, and I've been enjoying both of those games. I'm not really that great at like the XCOM style games because I don't really play those kind of games much. So like I'm still kind of on the learning part of it. So because that game gets pretty hard. Like if you like, it's a matter of me trying to find out how to single out people and try to kill them without people hearing me. Because once, like very early in the game, there's like a lot of enemies, and if they hear you, they just all start running towards you, and you're basically as good as dead. Like because there's only just so much you can do, and in that game you've got to reload, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, it's hard. It's definitely way harder than Mario Rabbids was. So
I know they say it's about a 6 to 8 hour game, depending on like how your skill is.
Yeah. It's I'm still in the learning process with that, but I love it enough that I want to keep on playing it, even if I'm doing bad. I want to learn how to play it, well, because it's just so much fun, and I just love the characters and just the humor of like, like the warthog. I gave my warthog character, it's like, those see-through visor hats that like golfers wear, and that's considered head armor. So it's like it's just kind of funny. But yeah, so that's mostly what I've been playing. Just Cause 4 I played a little bit of too, and I need to play more of that, but that game's fun too. So
nice. Well, for me, I've been playing Smash. I finally unlocked all the characters last week. Man, what a ridiculous what a ridiculous way to unlock all those characters. I was getting so frustrated with unlocking characters. I'm not great at Smash, but I mean, I think I would be able to at least beat the computer characters and just unlock the characters. Man, it took me forever, man. But that's kind of all I've been playing is Smash. But I've been practicing. I've been doing pretty okay. I've been cranking the computer characters up to 9 and playing one-on-one matches, and I really like how you can just customize your rule sets. So I have I just have a regular 3-stock match, and then I labeled one competitive, which I went online and looked at the competitive rules to see what they do at competitions and stuff, and it's 3-stock, 7 minutes, no items, that kind of stuff. And I've been playing that way for a while. And I cranked the computer up to 9, and I'm starting to win. Not all the time, but I'm starting to win. So
I could honestly say if you're gonna do Smash, you need that Pro controller. The Joy-Cons work. I love how the Joy-Cons feel and play, but I be killing dude with that Pro controller. I was just like, oh, the L and R button. Now I can recognize it more in this game.
Yeah, so part of me wanted to get the GameCube controller thing set up, but I'm like, gotta let it go, man. You have to let it go. The Pro controller is a perfectly serviceable controller.
Yes,
it works. I like how the analog stick is bigger. You can customize which buttons do what. Gotta let the GameCube stuff go. So I've been playing a lot with the Pro controller, and let me tell you what, man, it's a good time. Online's lag though is not great. It works, but then you'll have 10 frames go by, and you'll be like, "Whoa, that was a big delay."
But I would say this: you cannot blame Nintendo. They told you to get that Ethernet thing that they had. They did say that, so people don't blame Nintendo for this. They warned you.
Well, I'm still going to blame Nintendo for their online infrastructure because I feel like it. No, it's not. Well, it's not terrible. If you have halfway decent internet, it's not terrible. It's functional. It's way better than Madden's. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't. It actually really doesn't feel like, control wise, it doesn't feel like there's much lag at all. Compared to single player or whatever. But when there's a lot going on, it's more of a frame rate slowdown than a lag slowdown. You know,
it's trying to catch up.
Yeah, but only like twice last night, and I probably played like 5 or 6 matches online. Only twice last night that I like, whoa, this was a lag. You know, this was a big lag. So,
I could say, because I know we'll probably be moving on. I like the speed of this game. It feels faster than the Wii U version, like the past versions. I'm like, this feels faster and it's faster. And I do like the smoke effect. That smoke effect when you hit them out is really nice. So,
yeah. So I'm enjoying Smash. I'm enjoying this a lot more than I enjoyed the Wii U Smash, and you know, I probably haven't really been this into Smash since maybe Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just kind of like playing to play instead of just like, whatever. And the World of Light stuff is pretty interesting, but I haven't really gotten that far into it yet. I gotta learn how. It's very tedious in terms of what spirits you unlock and how they work with the next section of the game and stuff. It's interesting, but also like I like the idea of it. It just feels like the whole idea of it maybe a little underdone, you know. But
it keeps me 2 to 4 hours playing this game. It's like it's Smash versus Final Fantasy X.
Oh, jeez. Man, wow.
Because of the way that some stuff is level up, so that's all I can say right now.
Yeah,
you just guys have to check the review.
But anyways, that's kind of all I've been playing. We've had company the last couple days, so I haven't really had much time to play games. Every time like I want to go play games or something, like something happens or something just. I told Jesse like I enjoy the holidays because of family reasons, but like I can't wait till the holidays are over so I can just get some stuff done. You know. So, but anyways, that's.
One more thing, Corey. I forgot that I played Guacamelee 2 on Switch. Came out, so I've been playing a little bit of that. But I'm holding off because of a certain thing.
Yeah, I'm holding off too, just because I want to start it when we finish our stuff with that. So, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna hop into our. These are basically our top 10 games, but we're doing our top 5 games, and then we're doing 5 honorable mentions. So we're gonna go over our honorable mentions first, kind of, just Ed will go first, and then Jesse, and then me. So we'll just go that way. So
are we doing our honorable mentions?
Yeah, we're gonna do one or. Do you want to do all of your honorable mentions real quick first, and then we'll do our top 5? You, Jesse, me. All right. So you just talk about your top 5 or your 5 honorable mention games.
Okay, so I'm going to start with number 5. For me, The Messenger was definitely a surprise hit. Of course, I did a review for it. Really love the Ninja Gaiden aesthetic for it. The difficulty is weird at times because it's the first half of the game is easy, and then you get to a certain part of the game, it's just like, when did this turn into Shovel Knight? It did, which is, I gotta say, amazing music in this game too. But The Messenger is really, really good. It deserves kind of a lot of people gave it a lot of 10s and stuff. Which before I continue to go on, I have to give it up to the indies this year. There's been 3 indie games that kind of got a 10 from a lot of people, and that's been Celeste, The Messenger, and Grizz. So congratulations to all the indie games that came out this year. They really knocked it out the park, giving us something new and fresh. But yeah, The Messenger, guys, go check that out. Number 4 is going to be Yoko's Island Express. Good gracious, I need a part 2 to this game. The physics, this pinball, this platforming is so funny. Art style is amazing. It's one of those games that that I have to I could play it on TV. I like seeing it big on the TV, but I have to play it on Switch in handheld mode because it fits in a sense. It's the graceful explosion machine to me in that manner. But yeah, Yoko's Island Express, whatever platform that is on, because I'm thinking of buying it for Xbox One also, because I want to start getting achievements for that. This game is just so good, and I love. It's like every time you talk about it, Jesse, I want to grab my Switch and start playing it.
Yeah, I know. It's so good.
It's so good, yeah. And yeah, congrats for you beating it and everything. Number 3 for me, Diablo 3. I've been staying up 4 or 5 hours putting the work into this game. I think I just got like halfway to chapter 3, and man, it feels so good on Switch. Like I haven't did it where I'm probably gonna wait next year. I'll probably beat it, but do some of the other modes and stuff. So when it gets like the weather gets better, take it out and just play it outside or when I'm on a walk. Like this game is so good, and for $60, it's just like it feels like the definitive version of this game. So I truly love it. Truly recommend everybody pick it up. Number 2, of course, Bayonetta 2. Watch our past pod blocks about why this game is an honorable mention and not part of the Game of the Year stuff. I already crowned it Game of the Year when it came out on Wii U, and it's still a phenomenal game. And it plays great with the Pro Controller, it plays great on the Switch. If you put the work in it, you could probably beat it within a day or two. If you played it before, you could probably beat it within 5 hours, depending on the difficulty. But yeah, Bayonetta 2 just got me hyped for Bayonetta 3, and hopefully I'll see something about that in 2019. But my number 1 honorable mention is Dead Cells. I truly love Dead Cells. I think, and the only reason why I made it as my honorable mentions because it did come out for early access for a lot of people. But when it came for Switch, like I said, I love that everybody got it on every platform that they could play it on, and I waited just like Corey for our physical versions to come in. Jesse, you got it digitally, right?
Yeah.
And you have it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you have it on Xbox. So it's just like it draws you in, and it's kind of the rogue, not so much Bloodborne kind of sense, but it's the rogue fighting that I kind of enjoy and love in this game. And I love how fast it is, and it has that insert coin to continue kind of moment. Like that arcade, like just one more token or one more playthrough, I could get further and just be like, okay, that was just practice. Like you making excuses so you can convince yourself of playing it more. That's how Dead Cells is. So that is my honorable mention. So The Messenger, Yoko's Island Express, Diablo 3, Bayonetta 2, and Dead Cells.
Nice. Jesse, what about your honorable mentions? What do you like on Switch, Jesse? What do you like on the Switch?
Okay, so like some of mine, my problem with doing these Game of the Year this year is there's so many good games that came out that I just haven't been able to get. Like I've played like a little bit of some of them, like demos and things like that, but so for me, like when I ranked mine, I just kind of went by how hyped I was of each game. So for me, my number 5 would be Mario Party. Like it was a good game, but and I was excited to get it, and I'm glad I have it. But it's not something that I can just play, forever by myself and just, stay interested in it for a long period of time. Mm-hmm. But it is good game to play, but you just need to have friends to play it with. to really enjoy it to its full potential. I did put Tropical Freeze as my number 2 or as my number 4 because I did really like it, but like at the same time I don't know, I just didn't find myself as interested in the game as I was hoping I would be, because like those original games I loved. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad game by any means. It was a good game. That's why I'm giving it an honorable mention, but it's just not in my top top 5. Super Smash Brothers, I didn't really get to play it, but this is probably the first Smash Brothers game that I've got any interest in at all. Is I've just never had interest in the Smash Brother games. But like for me personally, I'm really intrigued with the single player stuff and like the kind of the stuff that they're doing that's new, that's like making it makes it interesting to me. So I'm hoping to eventually pick it up and play it. I probably will play it next time me and my friend Pat hang out, because he's got it and he unlocked all the characters, I guess. So I'll get to kind of try it and get a feel for it soon. After that, Wolfenstein 2. Like that, that game just looks amazing on the Switch, and and just the work that those guys have been putting into getting those games working on the Switch, they just definitely deserve all the attention that they can get. And then my final number 1 is Lightfall. So like Lightfall was, I really wanted to put it in my top 5, and I don't know, my top 5 has kind of changed multiple times since I've been working on it. But yeah, like I don't know. Actually, you know what? I think instead of Lightfall.
Oh, what is this a live switch? Wait,
yeah, I think I'm gonna switch it out. I think I'm gonna switch it out. The Messenger was a really good game, too. But I think I like Lightfall a little bit better than the Messenger. So the Messenger will be my number 1.
I think you put work in Lightfall. In the Messenger. I said you put in more work with Lightfall.
Yeah. Because with Messenger, I think I'm a little over halfway, or something like that. So I do need to get back to it and finish it, because I do enjoy that game.
I need to finish it soon.
But yeah, the Messenger is definitely a really good game. That's the thing. We've had so many good platformers this year alone. Just just even those. So, but yeah, I think the Messenger will be my number 1 honorable mention. So that's it for me.
Nice. Well, I'll go over my honorable mentions real quick. Pretty similar, I guess, in terms of what to expect here. Diablo 3, like Ed said, it's a great port of that game. Highly recommend it to people, especially if you've never played it before, like me. I mean, I dabbled in it, but it was always just like, I don't know if I really want to play this by myself type thing. So it's a great version of the game, especially in handheld, so I definitely recommend it. The Gardens Between is in my honorable mentions. It's a really relaxing puzzle game with great music and stuff like that. It's really kind of the story they're telling and just the way it's presented is very just kind of unique and different, and I really recommend people check that game out. Another honorable mention, NBA 2K19, a solid port of that game. I know most people are going to be playing it on PlayStation or Xbox just because they can play online, and it probably looks a little bit better and it runs a little bit smoother, but if you want to play NBA 2K on the go, this is an excellent version of the game. I mean, even last year's version I thought was really good, so if you are a basketball fan and want to take it on the go. This is a great version of the game to have. Starlink Battle for Atlas is also on my list of honorable mentions.
Oh, nice.
I really wanted to play more of this game, but my dock or my ship or something is not reading correctly in the in the way it should, so I didn't get to play more of it, which I'm waiting for that digital deluxe edition to go on sale at some point so I can just have it digitally and have all the stuff anyway. And I'll still have the physical edition and the cool toys that come with it, but definitely a really, really cool game that maybe Toys of Life wasn't really needed for it, but definitely a really, really cool game. I definitely, especially on Switch, because you get the Star Fox campaign and everything, so you get a whole, like, 4 or 5 extra hours of gameplay that maybe you wouldn't have had before. Plus, you can... Oh, I was just gonna say. Plus, you can.
Go ahead.
Plus, you can play through the whole Starlink campaign as Fox too. So, that's really cool.
Which, side note, and I know this is a Nintendo podcast, I'm surprised PlayStation try to get Ubisoft to give them like Warhawk from the PS1 days.
I don't think many people really care about Warhawk.
But I'm just shocked that Sony didn't reach out. That's just all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, maybe they did. Maybe Nintendo made them a better offer. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Plus, Star Fox. It's cool.
Yeah.
But the last game on my honorable mentions list here kind of goes to Octopath Traveler. Very unique art style, very unique party system. Cool battles. I really like the hunter and I really like the thief. I like the Pokemon aspect of the hunter so much. Again, a lot of these honorable mentions might have crept into my top 10 or top 5 if I would have just had more time to play games, because this was like I said on our Nerds Gone Rogue Game of the Year episodes, which are probably coming up in the coming weeks for you guys to listen to. This has been a really strange year for me in terms of kind of shifting life around a little bit. So I haven't, the games I wanted to play, I made sure I played, but like I didn't have enough time to play a lot of the things I would normally play. So, Octopath I think would have been one of those games that would have crept up into my top 5 if I would have had time to play it a little bit more. But I mean, it's been a weird year, but yeah, Octopath Traveler, definitely one of those games that deserves a spot on your Switch if you're into RPGs and just want something cool to play. So, but we're gonna move into our top 5s. How we're gonna do this? Ed's gonna. I'm gonna try to keep score here on games.
Okay. Okay.
How it's gonna happen? Our number 1 games are getting 5 points, and it's gonna work its way down to where our number 5 game gets 1 point. And then you can figure out the scale from there. And then whatever game has the most points at the end of our lists here. Now, it could get a little complicated if we have 5 different games on all of our lists. But
oh, we do. This literally just got interesting. And I'm so intrigued. I'm so ready.
So, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna start with you. We're just gonna go. Ed names 5, or his number 5. Jesse names his number 5, and then I'll name my number 5, and then we'll just keep going until we name them all. So,
okay,
Ed, your number 5 game.
So my number 5 game is Super Mario Party. I love how innovative Nintendo got with this, putting the 2 screens together and making it feel like a board game and all of these mini games and stuff. It's a great way to have, definitely for the holidays, great way to have a lot of people get into the Switch and have a party game, that's easy to set up and play with. So yeah, Super Mario Party is my number 5.
Nice. Yeah, Mario Party is an interesting game. Playing it by yourself, you can see the quick look of me playing it by myself, and it's really not the way to play that game. I'm sure like if I had a bunch of people over and we all just grabbed Joy-Cons and started playing Mario Party, it would be a blast, and
yes.
And I do like that. Look, this game, you should probably buy this game if you have a Switch and have friends or family over a lot, right? It's a fun game to play with a bunch of people. That said, if you're a lonely gamer, maybe not, but at the same time, I really like the return to the basic kind of board game aspect of it, and the mini games, and just, you know, it really reminds me of the N64 and GameCube Mario parties. Just simple, fun. Sorry, Jesse, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just gonna say, I'd argue that it's probably the best like party style. Well, you know, one of the best party style games that come out this year for Switch. Like, as far, you know, like there's a couple other ones that I can think of, like, you know, like Overcooked and stuff like that. But,
yeah, and
but I think Mario Party, like, in my opinion, is probably the best for, like, a, you know, couch co-op party game.
Yeah, and I think that's the only reason why I didn't pick Overcooked 2. I haven't picked it up and played it yet. But I want to. That's a game that I kind of need to play in setting with other people, like, around me. So that's the only reason why I didn't choose that. But I will say Overcooked 2, great recommendation if you're looking for party games.
Yeah, I actually had it on my original before I accidentally erased it as an honorable mention. But yeah,
nice.
Yeah, and go get the free update, everybody.
Yeah,
the Christmas DLC.
Oh, there's Christmas DLC for Mario Party?
No, for Overcooked 2.
Oh, for Overcooked. Okay, I was confused for a second. I was fixing something over here, and I was like, kind of zoned out for a second, and then I heard Christmas DLC. I'm like, oh, Mario Party's getting DLC, and no, sorry. What a opportunity Mario Party could have been, though, is if you sold the base game for like $40 and then sold boards and characters for like $5 or $10 a piece. Man, what a missed opportunity that was, because like you could have had a festive, you could have had a Halloween board, you could have had a Christmas board.
Don't start it, because the moment you talk about it, it's gonna show up in that next Nintendo Direct, and
we're talking about it. I want a 4th of July board with fireworks, and I know nobody else in the world cares about that, but I mean, you could have a what's something Canadians celebrate? Boxing Day? Just, I don't know what it is, but like, have some boxing gloves.
Isn't that shipping? Like shipping, like Boxing Day? Like,
I don't know.
Like that's the day that I don't remember, I guess.
Either. I don't know what it is either.
Because now I want that. I would pay $20 for a season pass of holiday or theme boards. Shoot, I want. Oh yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon crossover or Roller Coaster Style crossover.
Speaking of Roller Coaster Tycoon, did you see that the physical edition for North America got delayed till like April?
No.
When Europe already has it. I'm very upset by this. My mom asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I was like, Roller Coaster Tycoon is coming out to Switch. I would like that in a boxed copy, please. She's like, okay, well, I don't know how to use Amazon, so go ahead and order it for me. I'm like, okay. Went to pre-ordered it. Thursday comes around. No shipping, no release date, no anything. I go to the product page. It says, product currently unavailable. You can email yourself when this product becomes available. I'm like, well, I already pre-ordered it, so where's the product? Nope. Physical copy seems to be delayed. I don't know why, but it
well, that's wonderful, because then I'm just like, well, this is gonna have to wait because Shuffle Night comes out.
And I'm like on Amazon, what I pre-ordered, $39.80. So I'm like, okay, so it must be like $40 to download, right? So I go to download it. It's $49.99 to download. I'm like,
I've seen that.
I'm like, is Roller Coaster Tycoon really worth $50?
No.
I'm like, I have a perfectly good version from 1997 on my computer right now.
Right.
So, oh man. Anyways.
Jesse, if you don't preach, and Corey, if you don't preach.
Just saying, I love Roller Coaster Tycoon, but everything after, I'll throw in 3. Everything after 3, no pun intended, has gone way downhill.
Yeah. Yeah. Prove to us that it's worth that much, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
They don't even have a creative roller coaster mode in there. I'm like, what's this?
Yeah, I didn't think it would. So.
Yeah, it's basically like the mobile version.
Yeah,
isn't
it is the mobile version. I read up on it.
One that I've been playing.
Yeah, it's a port of the mobile version, which is a dumbed down version of Roller Coaster Tycoon Worlds.
But isn't this the game? Isn't this the game that they wanted to kickstart?
They did kickstart it. It's literally a port of the mobile game.
Yeah, the mobile game is free.
No wonder why their Kickstarter goal was so low. They just wanted the port money. Their Kickstarter goal was only $125,000 or something, which is literally the amount it costs to port a game over.
I'm sorry, everybody, for this tangent that we went on, but that had to be addressed. That literally had to be addressed.
So
I want to try Civilization, the new Civilization game. Too.
I heard Civ on Switch is really good. It's a
really good version. Yeah.
I want Tropicana to come to Switch. That's the one I'm waiting for.
You're gonna be waiting a while. City Skylines came to Switch, which is another game I want to play.
I'll probably pick it up for one. I think Tropicana 3 is like on one. But
welcome to Game of the Year, everybody.
Right. Jesse, what's your number 5?
We know what my number 5 is now. It's Lightfall.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want to move it higher, Jesse?
No, I'm gonna leave it there for now.
Man.
Because I'm in the same situation as you, Corey. There's a lot of games that I didn't play, but I tried to arrange them accordingly, just based around hype and all that stuff. So actually, a lot of my games in my top I didn't even finish or get real super far into. But
if you played them, they count.
Yeah,
you bought them, you played them, that counts.
Yeah, it's all right. My number 5 game is Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus for Switch. Came out in 2018 for the Nintendo Switch, and let me tell you, that game did not disappoint. The game is ridiculously difficult, but let me tell you, that game looks incredible on Switch, especially because, this weekend, don't worry, the story has to do with Wolfenstein. So, this weekend, I bought an extra dock early on when it was on sale on Amazon to record stuff with. So, I took that dock into the bedroom where we have a 4K TV. It's a small, it's like 40 inches or whatever. I plugged my Switch in. First of all, Smash looks amazing on that TV because it does upscale. The technology in the TV upscales the 1080p to 4K somehow. Smash looks incredible. Mario plus Rabbids looks incredible. Zelda looks amazing. I pop in Wolfenstein 2. Man, that game looks good. That game looks great on that TV. So I've been really trying to mess around with that TV because I'm trying to figure out what kind of 4K TV I want for the living room. And I was blown away by the way all these Switch games looked on that TV. And I'm like, I have a perfectly good system that can run games in native 4K under my big TV. But Wolfenstein 2, great story, plays great. There's also, by the way, there's 2 patches out, one for Wolfenstein and one for Doom on Switch.
Yeah,
they are stability and frame rate patches, so they actually run higher than 30 now, and they both run fantastic.
Doom got 2 of them, right? Or Doom only got that latest one that came out?
Well, Doom got one earlier this year, but it got another one.
Okay.
And those games both run great, but Wolfenstein is, if you are a fan of first-person shooters and just want a solid single-player experience in terms of story and character development, and the characters are awesome, the environments look great, the cutscenes look fantastic. Fair warning, there's a lot of language used in this game that maybe you shouldn't let your kids hear.
But you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So
let's put it this way. It's a game that takes place in the 60s against a bunch of racist white people. So, yeah. You can check out our quick look on Nintendo Palbox YouTube page. I bleeped out the N word a couple times. There's a bunch of it's look, alternate reality where the Nazis won the war and you're fighting for your freedom. I'm just gonna throw that, and you can do with it what you will. But Wolfenstein is a fantastic game, and that's why it earns my number 5 spot. Even though it did come out last year on other consoles, came out on Switch this year, so it still counts.
Yes.
Let me add it to the list here.
Which is the game that I need to buy. So when I get a certain Christmas present from Mom's, I will be ordering that game.
Mom! Ed, what's your number 4 game?
Okay, so my number 4, and I had to think about this one, but I just landed up on it. The Gardens Between. It's beautiful in every aspect, from music to the puzzles to the characters in the game, like just the movement on how the gameplay works, but just the story that it tells. It's a game that you really need to play with headphones, because the soundtrack is superb. There's something touching about this game, like Rhymed has did to me. And it's just like it's one of those games that even when you beat it, take a couple of months off and go back and play it. And it is available on multiple consoles, but I played this on Switch, and I played it within 2 days and beat it. I put my Switch down and just had to take a moment and was just speechless on what I just did to enjoy it. And I was just like, I need more games like this. And it's very calm, and it's such a fantastic game. So the Gardens Between. Yeah, I wanted to place it higher, but there's just something that really stood out more from this game. But and shout out to some of these games like this. The Fresh Tree is another one that just dropped. That one is like kind of like in the same style. I kind of like these games, and Gris is almost like this, where the soundtrack is so calming, and it matches the game that you're playing, and it's just like it just draws you in.
I kind of want to like get the soundtrack and just put it on loop to fall asleep to. It's just so relaxing.
Yes,
that's how Below is too. When you guys get a chance to play that, it's very, very, very well. With that game, it's a little bit more like your surroundings. Like there's a point where bats like come flying. And you can hear them like screeching. Like all the sounds in that game are just so on point.
And I think the Below soundtrack is available, but I'm going to end up buying Below a little bit later. And I want to hear the soundtrack, but they said it's really good, but they got it out, and I need to see if they can do it in a physical, because if they have a physical of the soundtrack of Below, I'm going to order it. I heard
that intro
really
song. Yeah, that intro song is so amazing. The intro, you guys got to see it.
And I can honestly tell you, I can't jump into Below just yet because of everything else. And I'm glad that you are jumping in. But yeah, I heard the soundtrack is really phenomenal. That's going to be hard. And sorry, everybody, this is a professional opinion. It's going to be hard for soundtrack of the year, because I got to go through a lot of games, because they have. Soundtrack wise, it has been phenomenal across the board, and I don't know what to pick. I literally don't. It's crazy, because Forza Horizon 4 soundtrack is really high, dude. Yeah. But Just Jason Beats is fighting it. Like, it's crazy, dude. And I want to hear Below, the Gardens Between, the Fresh Tree. Like, these soundtracks are amazing this year.
Yeah.
No, that's how they're all the indie games.
Yeah. I mean, to be
for Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
I fear for Halo Infinite soundtrack orchestra.
Speaking of soundtracks, though, I do want to give a shout out to God of War for soundtrack design, especially at the very beginning, where he's cutting down the tree and whatever, and like you hear the song, and it just kind of like is kind of subtle, And then when you
Swells.
and then you go into the house, and the kid is like putting the candles around the mom. You know, spoilers for God of War. Mom's dead. Find out in the first like 3 minutes of the game. And what happens is like it's just this big swell, and then it goes into like these deep dark kind of like tones when Kratos comes through the door and starts talking to the boy, and then he tells the boy to go outside, and he picks up the mom, and then it just swells and swells, and I don't know who the woman is who sings that part, but that part gets me every time. It's super emotional, and like when he picks her up and puts her on the pile of logs to burn the body in the ritual, like, man, that soundtrack gets me every time. Like, it's just tears, man. Hashtag tears.
I'm at the reach out to Matthew Keel. I need my dad of music to help me. Be like, I don't know what to pick because it's
man, it's
my heart.
Oh man.
Corey, what's your number 4?
Well, wait, Jesse, did you go?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Jesse's turn. Jesse's turn,
yeah,
Edward.
My number 4 is Pokemon Let's Go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because again, for me, the reason I picked that is because like I've had a subtle interest in the Pokemon games over the years. I've played them. I've never really owned any other than Pokemon Snap or whatever. But like this game has really got me interested in it, and like I really haven't gotten to play much of it, but just because I gotta wait. I gotta wait until the holidays. but yeah, so like this, I'm just super interested in this game and super excited about it. So like like out of all the stuff this year, like that's Pokemon or Nintendo centric, this has been one of the top ones for me to look forward to this year.
Nice.
So
yeah, I'm really enjoying what I've been playing of Pokemon. I'm through 2 gym leaders now, and it's, man, tell you what, man, when you have Pikachu, Misty is just so easy to take down.
Yeah.
Sorry, but she is. So, yeah, man, Pokemon is just a nice, enjoyable experience. Not too difficult, but it's still like a huge nostalgia trip, especially for our generation, So, man, what a solid game.
And me being, not being very, knowledgeable about like the games, the previous games and like how they work. It just seems like it's a game that's kind of for everyone, like beginners, people who've never played Pokemon before could get into it and kind of know what they're doing. So just seems like an easy entry game. So
yeah, all right. Well, I guess it's my turn. My number 4 game is Smash. I've really been enjoying it. I think it is Nintendo's best first party effort this year by far. Not to say that like Kirby and Donkey Kong and Captain Toad and Bayonetta and all the games, great games that came out this year, right? But I put it slightly above those just because, just for what little I've played of World of Light and each character having such. It's so hard to explain why Smash is so good, but like when I was testing out all the new characters, the Belmonts, for example, they feel like how you would expect them to feel, right?
Yes.
They just feel good to play. Like they feel a little like Simon feels a little bit heavy, like he does, right? Like using the whip just feels good. Throwing the crosses, like it just feels like how they should feel, right? And it's incredible the love that went into all the spirits and stuff. And I wish I missed the trophies, but the spirits are a pretty good alternative, and they could probably fit more on the cartridge just by using the images instead of 3D modeling everything. And man, just the love they show. By the way, speaking of Smash, did you guys watch when Yacht Club discovered the Shovel Knight assist trophy?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta watch that video. It's awesome. Like they find the assist trophy bottle and they throw it, and Shovel Knight pops out, and they're like, "It's Shovel Knight! It's Shovel Knight! It's Shovel Knight!" And then he does like the shovel, like the jump shovel down, and they're like, and they knock one of the characters off the stage. They're like, "Whoa!" They're like going nuts because they found Shovel. Oh, it's awesome! It's the best video I think I've watched all year.
I fought against him.
Yeah, I saw him one time, and I tried to get him in position to take a picture of him, but like I just couldn't get the right angle, you know. But like, yeah, he needs to be a character. Yeah, I think I see him how he works the Smash, and be like, okay, he works now, dude. He works. Like, just let him be a character, man. He works. Like, they showed off all the moves he could possibly do, like the down B. Like, his down B could be the shovel down, right? And like, yes, the smash could be the baseball swing. Like, it's all there, man. Oh, Shovel Knight, man. It was cool though. But like, even that, like the attention to detail to even the assist trophies is just, or the assist trophies is just like, man, that there is so much love and dedication into this game, and like. Yes. To an extent, like I was listening to Giant Bombcast yesterday, and they were talking about how they wish all this Nintendo history wouldn't be stuck in Smash. And to an extent, I agree. I would love some sort of interactive, like Nintendo museum piece where you just walk, like you can just walk around the building and like there's like. Just a whole history, and you can just flip through the like pages and just see models of all these things, like, you know what I mean? Like, and Smash does such a great job of just not even just Nintendo history, but like there's so much just Metal Gear history in there. Yeah. It's just oh man, it's amazing.
It's hard to do it because there's so many modern gamers who haven't grown up on Nintendo and past Japanese games that I think if they do put it out, a lot of people gonna be like, well, this is all for the old people who played these games and nothing about it seems interesting. I'm just like, you gotta look at the history of why these games are ported, and why, if it wasn't for these games that came out in their history, you wouldn't be playing the stuff that you're playing today.
Yeah, it's just Smash is so good. So, but Smash is my number 4 game. So, Ed, what's your number 3 game?
So, number 3 is Octopath Traveler. I love this game. I love that they put the 8 characters that they have. What's the one Square game they put on 3DS that plays like this? Can I think of it? But I truly love this game. The trial, testing it out. I was putting hours into it, grinding, and how that carries over, and then playing the final game, and it's just like, oh my goodness, this artwork, this music, the sprite-based look, it got my body back into spending 2.5 hours of grinding. Going back when if I don't feel like hearing the game's music because I'm working on grinding, I could throw on some random albums, whether it's new or old, and listen to that thoroughly and be like, really enjoy it and be like, oh, I leveled up. I can't believe it. So yeah, Octopath Traveler. Love that this is a Nintendo Switch exclusive. And hopefully there's an Octopath Traveler 2. And it did great sales, and 2 sold out like shippings happen for this game. So that's great. I'm lucky now everything's caught up and it kind of slowed down. But yeah, Octopath Traveler.
Nice. It's a solid game, solid soundtrack, awesome. I mean, that was besides Breath of the Wild, that was probably the first game we all kind of like drooled over when at the Switch reveal event. right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Octopath Traveler, man. What a
And that amazing collector's edition that looks so cool.
Yeah. So, Jesse, what's your number 3 game? You guys are making it awfully hard to do this math.
My number 3 is Dead Cells. Like I played that game so much, and like I just like for me it was one of the most consuming games this year. You know, before Call of Duty Black Ops came out. Like all I would ever play is Dead Cells for like the longest time, and like the whole entire world basically that's all they would play for the longest time. You know, so like I mean I just can't deny like how addicting to the entire world that game was. So I had to have it up there on the top.
Yeah.
So
Dead Cells is an addicting game. It's man, what a great game that is. My number 3 game is Lightfall. You know, that game is when I played it at PAX, I knew it was going to be something special, and I haven't really finished it yet, but like the way that you have to go and find the lore, and the way the lore works with, and there's like a gameplay reason for lore stuff, and the way you can create your block on the fly to get through areas faster or take your time and just kind of explore. It's just, that game is something special, and you know, I think it's one of the best platformers on Switch, period. You know, I mean, you can say Mario Odyssey or you know, some of these other 2D side scrollers, but like Lightfall is just, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
No Shades of Lightfall, I think it's, or actually No Shades of, not Lightfall, but No Shades of Celeste. I think Lightfall is better than Celeste. With its platforming, definitely art. I love the art style, and the music in Lightfall is phenomenal too. It's one of those games that's just like one little mistake could make you do a long run, but when you're in the zone, you're just like bam. It makes
that game wants you to go fast. Like you want to go fast.
It makes you feel like a speed runner.
I mean, like what I said when I first played it, I was like, this is what a Sonic game should feel like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like this is exactly what a Sonic game should feel like. And man, if I was Sega, I would be getting in touch with what the guy that did Sonic Mania. First of all, I would put him together with Bishop Games and say, make us a good Sonic game. That's what I would do. Christian Whitehall, right? That's his name. Whitehead. Yes. Christian Whitehead. So, I mean, Sonic Mania was great and all, but like it still felt like a Sonic game. And I want the Lightfall team to make a Sonic game because I think they could do it. So, yeah. But Lightfall is my number 3 game.
Yeah, that was one I had a hard time placing it because I wanted to put it up higher, but like at the same, like as much as I love it, I still like Dead Cells. I still picked over Lightfall just because it was like Lightfall. I enjoyed it. I beat it like as soon as I possibly could. And I've played it I've gone back to it a little bit, but Dead Cells, I just kept on going back and back and back. So
then I say that this list is going to be very interesting. So
I mean, it's what a great year. This is what I'm saying. Like Switch had such a better year than I really remembered it having. You know, like it. Not that it didn't have like a Zelda or a Mario game, but it had a ton of great games.
It's one of the, I think this year, just like last year, is one of the games, one of the years that even if you get the digital, you're looking forward to the physical. If not, you know, you're going to be looking like for this game after this announcement. So yeah, Switch. I haven't felt this way for Xbox or PS4 basically, but for Switch, I'm like, yeah, I want the game physically, or I'm day one I'll get additional. So, yeah.
So Ed, what's your number 2 game?
Well, everybody who knows me should know that my number 2 game is Just Shapes and Beats. Oh, and this is why I say it's a battle with the soundtrack of the year between Just Shapes and Beats and like some other games and stuff. This game, as challenging as it is, couldn't get that out. The music is banging. Like, I'm a house head, and I just love the different music and all the tracks you can pretty much find. I think they have a playlist for it, but it knocks the. I love the challenge that it goes out in the art style, the pink and the black. It like I said, it is challenging, but it's just like. It's one of those games that you nod your head to. You be like, "Oh, I gotta finish playing this game and stuff." It's so addictive, and I literally just continue to shout out to the people who made it. Which is like, I love this game, everybody, and I still like marketed, be like, please pick up Just Shakes and Beats. This game is just too good to pass up. And I think there's a physical. Hopefully there is. If not, hopefully they announce one so I can buy it physically too. But yeah, Just Shapes and Beats is my number 2. I really wish that Matthew Keel would play this game, and kind of do a comparison with Just Shapes and Beats versus Tetris Effect and see what he thinks.
It kind of surprises me that Matt hasn't played this game yet, to be honest with you. The way he loves Tetris Effect and just music in general, like.
And I've been pushing him. I'm like, dude, you need to get Just Shapes and Beats. You need to get this game. So I have to push. Switch Nintendo for next year. Get a gift for eShop where we could gift people, so I could just gift this game to them.
Yeah. So
Jesse, don't worry. I'll probably give you like 16 games. I can't pay this. Gift. It's a buy 2 get 1 free. Gift.
Yeah, there's so many games that I need to get that I haven't even gotten to play. It's just crazy.
Thank you, Xbox, for gifting.
Yeah, for real. Jesse, what's your number 2 game?
My number 2 was Octopath Traveler.
Yes.
It just like I haven't gotten to finish it, and it's not because I'm not interested. It's just like that game is gonna take some real time, and I'm really hoping that this I can carve out some time next year, and that might be my game that I just like work on until I finish it. But like just the story and everything that they've done in that game is just so amazing, and like the visuals in that game are just like, you know, on top, you know, like some of the best like RPG, you know, old school RPG style looking, you know, visuals that I've seen like possibly ever. And like, I don't know, man, that game is just so amazing. It's just too much of an undertaking for me to have tried this year, because there's like a, you know, like this year we had our lists of games that I was trying to finish and stuff like that. And
yes.
So I've just been kind of busy trying to finish, like, because like I probably beat more games this year, like finished more games this year, like all the way through, than I probably have my entire life of playing video games. So
right.
So like, yeah, like it's just, unfortunately, that's something that it's an issue that I have. I love too many games, and I like just start trying to play everything and trying to play all these different stuff and all the old games that have came out that I'm going back and trying with Game Pass now that I have. So like it's, yeah, but I like this game was just looked amazing, and like, you know, playing that first demo of it, like right away I was just like, they've got something amazing going on with this game. So yeah, I had to put it up at the top. And I feel like the world, just like Dead Cells, like the world, was just so intrigued with this game, and so many people talking about it on social media about playing it and stuff, that it was just such a big game, and just such a big get for Nintendo that it's got to be up at the top for me. So
nice. My number 2 game for Nintendo Switch is Dead Cells. Everything about this game on paper is everything I hate about games. Procedurally generated, roguelike, just I hate that garbage. Every time I get on Nerds Gone Rogue, and that's all, like, if it's not Bloodborne, they're talking about some new roguelike that came out this week, and it's just like, oh man, I can't. I don't have time to restart something, right? And so, like, I don't know why I love this game so much, except for the fact that I love the soundtrack, I love the art, I love the combat, I love the blueprint system, and just finding new things to use, and like just that simple loop kept me going. And I'm just like, and like, if it wasn't so fun to just like sword slice bad guys in that game, like I don't know if I would have kept up with it. And I mean, I just played it yesterday, right, last night, and I was like, man, this game is still so good. And like, to me, like, the only reason why it's number 2 and not number 1 is because it's a roguelike procedurally generated game. And like, I still don't like that aspect of the game, because like, I always feel like I don't know where I'm going. Mm-hmm. But besides that, it's just like, it is a real, in terms of being a roguelike procedurally generated game, it's probably the perfect game for that. So Dead Cells is definitely my number 2 game. So let me add the points to that, because well, yeah, I'm trying to do this math on the fly here.
I could actually say that for all 3 of us, Octopath Traveler and Dead Cells is definitely on the list. That's been on the list for all 3 of us. So yeah, I mean, like, these games are just fantastic. I can't get enough. But you know what? We're gonna name off our personal games of the year for Nintendo Switch. Ed, what is your personal game of the year for Nintendo Switch? My personal game for Nintendo Switch is none other than Iconoclast.
Ooh.
This game not only kind of, not saying that it changed the Metroidvania genre, but it changed narrative. It came from one person. It's a sprite-based game. It feels good, creative bosses, everything, but it challenged religion and belief and discrimination in such a great way that no other game this year or any in past years have touched or did it justice. Like, of course, Xenogears kind of touched a little bit on religion, and there's been some other games. This one focuses primarily on religion and does it justice. It really makes you think, and you end up loving the characters. You end up loving the story that goes and how things are played out. There's multiple bosses and challenges. There's great balance of comedy and everything, and I'm like, it's such a game to get into that I don't think there's never going to be another game like it. You really don't get different guns, so it's not so much a Metroid aspect of a game, but the layout is a Metroid kind of style. It's not so much Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, because of there's not really like a level based system to it. But just the world itself, there's different parts that is kind of linear that you get to, but you can find secrets and stuff that help you get through the game and everything. And you do collect some power-ups and stuff to make you a little bit powerful, but to open up other areas. And when I played it, I'm just like, there's nothing. This is so fresh and original, and what I love. And I know there's never going to be another developer, first or third party, that's going to attempt to do anything like this. So Iconoclast stands out above the rest of pretty much anything I played this year. So it is definitely my personal game of the year for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that game, what I played of it, like, again, a lot of these games you guys are talking about, if I would have had more time to play them, like a lot of these games would have made it higher on my list. Like Iconoclast, the art style is great, the mechanics are great, all that kind of stuff, and it is a fantastic game. It's on the long list of honorable mentions that I made. Like, it's a cool game, and I highly recommend it. Like, when it came out on PlayStation 4 and Vita earlier this year, I was like, I really want to play this game, but I bet in 6 months there will be a Switch version. And granted, 2 months later, after it came out, it was announced for Switch, and then 4 months later, it was out on Switch.
Right after he did that interview with Game Informer.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's being added to my backlog list, right? So I mean, for people who are listening, on our YouTube page next year, or even just in general, we're doing the NX challenge, where inspired by Platinum's backlog challenge, we are doing a Nintendo and Xbox themed backlog challenge. So we'll also be explaining that on the first episode of the new year.
Yes.
But that game's going to be added to my list because it's a cool game that I want to get to. So, but yeah, Iconoclast is a sweet game. But Jesse, what's your personal Nintendo Switch game of the year?
All right, so I just beat it. All right, so like this is why I put Yoku's Island Express as my number one.
Yes.
Okay, since the Switch has come out, there's only 2 games that, after beating, I've wanted to just completely restart over again, and basically, have not quite yet with Yoku's Island Express, because I want to try to finish it 100%. But Zelda, I've restarted after beating it because it was just such an amazing game that I wanted to start from the beginning again, So like I haven't gotten too far into it the second time around, just because I've kind of been trying to play other stuff. But how it all kind of started is I was starting a new account with my son, and kind of playing with him a little bit, but then it got to the point of where I was just playing it, and continuing it for him to get certain things to make it easier and more fun for him to just explore and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I've kind of been playing that over again. And so with Yoko's Island Express, like, I have just been, like, any chance that I get to play this game, I've been playing it, like, since I bought it. And I want to restart it from the beginning and just play it all over again. It was just so much fun. Like some of the stuff that you'd end up doing in it in most games would really annoy the heck out of you. But because this game was so good, like, it doesn't bother me. Like, there is a lot of backtracking at times in that game. Like, they do have some really good systems set up for fast traveling. You kind of, like, from one area to another. Like, they have these, like, bucket things that kind of shoot you like cannons and like Donkey Kong. It's kind of the same idea as Donkey Kong, where it's like these barrel things that shoot you out and shoot you to another barrel, and then it can shoot you to another barrel. And, like, that's kind of like how you fast travel, but there still is a lot of times where you have to backtrack through areas that you've already beat. And normally in games that would kind of annoy me, but because I enjoy pinball games, like, digitally or, physically, in real, playing them at the actual arcades, I don't mind that I have to backtrack at times, and like I actually enjoy going through areas that I've already beat, early on in the game, so I haven't really been in those areas in a while anyways. So like, yeah, there's just like the way they did everything, the whole like mixing platforming with the whole pinball style of gameplay, it works so well. Like if someone, like without any visuals or any, seeing what this game looks like, if someone said, hey, we're gonna make a platforming game that uses pinball, as the main, mode of transportation, like, you'd just be like, what?
I mean, my first thought, Ed and I talked about this, my first thought when that game was announced and shown, I'm like, is this just Sonic Spinball? Did somebody really like Sonic Spinball for Genesis? And like, was like,
yeah,
there is an audience for that somewhere, maybe. But
yeah.
And then the demo came out, and it's just like, oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was literally for everyone. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people who probably haven't played it who still just don't think that it would be for them, but like, I suggest you seriously give it a try, because it's just an amazing game that like no one really seen coming. Like, like they talked about it on Giant Bomb, and they've talked about it on like other things. Like anyone who's played this game who didn't really expect it to be much of anything has been blown away with it, and like it just been kind of like this game like doesn't seem like I should like it as much as I do, but it's so addicting and it's so much fun. So like, yeah, I just like this year for Switch, man, the third party or the indie games and stuff have just been on point this year. Like, there's just so many good indie games.
yeah.
So like that, and I mean, look at my list. Like, almost all of my top 5 were indie games, because they're just, they were just so good this year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a fantastic game. I want to play more of that as well. I really liked what I played earlier, like a couple weeks ago, Ed, when we were recording stuff, and like, it's a game I would really like to get back to. So
yeah.
But is Ed frozen, or is he just sitting really still?
Oh, he's standing really still.
Oh, I was like, it looks like you're frozen. But my game of the year for...
I bet you I could guess your game of the year.
I bet you can't.
Valkyrie Chronicles?
No, Bad North.
No, it's Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Oh, okay. That was right.
I really like this game. It's kind of a mix between Fire Emblem and Codename Steam, done really well. I like the over-the-top battlefield stuff, and then going down and controlling your units one by one in real time. I love this game. I played a little bit last night, some more, and I can't get enough of this game, and I'm glad I bought the first one also, because they're both available on Switch. So it's just a cool game. Characters are a little over the top anime characters, and there's a lot of, we'll say, unnecessary close-ups of boobs. But I know, but it's a great game, and I really, if you like Fire Emblem, you're gonna love this game. That's all I have to say. So that's my personal game of the year.
I'm planning on buying the physical once Target gets some more in. Like, dang that.
But here's the real conundrum, guys. We have 2 games tied at 7, and we have 3 games tied at 5. So
okay, what's our 2 games tied at 7?
Dead Cells and Octopath.
Okay, so
I don't even know. Like, it depends on what genre you pretty much care more about. Because, like, I played a lot more Dead Cells, but I think I prefer Octopath Traveler. Like, in terms of, like, what I enjoy playing, but I didn't play enough of Octopath Traveler to, like, get enough out of it.
Hold on, but you and Jesse have Dead Cells in. Dang it, you guys have Dead Cells in y'all list. I have Dead Cells as one of my honorable mention. Right. Me and Jesse have Octopath Traveler as our 3 and 4. And Corey, I think you have Octopath Traveler in your honorable mentions.
Yeah,
or not?
do. I do have it in my honorable mentions.
Where at?
I mean, it's just under honorable mentions. I didn't rank it really.
So,
well, and for me, Octopath was above Dead Cells. So in theory, like I'm gonna pick Octopath over Dead Cells. Like even though I didn't play a lot of Octopath, like it's still like I can't deny that like in general, like the story and everything put into that game is just so much so much bigger than itself, in that aspect. Like I don't want to say that Dead Cells isn't a big deal, but but it's just Dead Cells is what it is. Mm-hmm. Like the story wise, there's not like a super in depth storyline for the most part in that game.
So I think we all agree Octopath Traveler wins.
Yeah.
Yep. Octopath. Okay, so for now, Octopath is our number 1 game on the Switch for 2018.
All right.
Dead Cells, I think we can put second because it gained more points than the others. Now, tied at 5, we have Iconoclast, Yoku's Island Express, and Valkyria Chronicles 4. Now, personally, I think you guys both love Yoku's Island Express so much. I think that's a safe bet for 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Iconoclast, if I would have played more than that, I would probably put it over Valkyria Chronicles.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't mind having Valkyria Chronicles number 5 on that list.
Yeah.
So let me see. Let me put this here.
Yeah, because like Valkyria Chronicle or whatever, I played the demo of that. And even though it wasn't technically something that I really would personally be into, it wasn't a bad game. Mm-hmm. So like it was a good game. It's just wasn't for me. So like I again, like a lot of these things that we've been voting on, I may not have put a whole lot of time into them, but I appreciate them, and I understand why they were so beloved by people. So,
yeah.
Yes.
So, all right, our Game of the Year list, our top 5 games on the Nintendo Switch for 2018 are as follows. Number 5, Valkyria Chronicles 4. Number 4, Iconoclast.
Yes.
Number 3, Yoku's Island Express.
Yes.
Number 2, Dead Cells. And number 1,
yes.
Our Nintendo Switch Game of the Year, Octopath Traveler.
Hold on, Corey, grab your drink.
It's empty though.
That's fine. Congratulations to Square Enix for Octopath Traveler.
It's weird though. No, none of the games on our list are. Well, Octopath was published by Nintendo, but none of them are Nintendo like first party games.
But like I said, we just had an amazing year for indie games, and Switch was the best place to play most of those. So.
And not enough to Nintendo themselves, they're getting ready for 2019. And I'm fine with them not running anything big this year. Because next year...
we talked about it on the last episode, right? Like, there are so many first-party games scheduled for next year and beyond that it's just like... I mean, take a year off, right? I mean, and not that, like... the games we got were bad or anything. Like Smash and Pokemon are great. Mario Party is probably the best that series has been since the N64. We got great ports like Donkey Kong and Captain Toad and Bayonetta 2. Mario Tennis Aces seems mechanically was good. I don't know how people really felt about that game. I didn't really keep up enough with it, but like Nintendo had a solid year, right? And so good. It's good that these games are getting recognition anyway.
And congratulations to Xenoblade Chronicles DLC. I think that deserves DLC of the year for Nintendo Switch. So that's something Nintendo could at least won.
Yeah, I mean that game in general, man. That game just got a ton of love for the last year, man. It's good. So, anyways, this has been Nintendo Power Blocks 2018 Game of the Year. This is our last episode of the year. Next week, we're taking a week off because of the holidays and everything, but we will be back on January 1st to talk about our most anticipated games of 2019 and beyond. So, we're not doing Question Block this week for obvious reasons, but we are giving away Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes for Nintendo Switch, which is definitely going to be on my list for anticipated games. Spoiler.
Me too.
So email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com and subscribe to Nintendo Power Block's YouTube channel, where you could enter for a chance to win that fantastic game. I can't wait for that game. But with that said, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Nintendo_PBlock. Find all of our content on ngrradio.com. Check out our quick looks of recent and interesting games on our YouTube page. Nindy Showcase starts on January 5th, which is a Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Cannot wait for that season to start. There are a couple new shows in development. I'm starting CubeTube, which is a GameCube-centric retro show. Maybe sneak some N64 in there. I'm not sure yet. So, but anyways, Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at PhantomMaggotAX.
Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode, and you can check out my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other podcast apps. That episode for Game of the Year will be next year, so you guys might want to tune in on for Optional Opinion to see what I think would be Game of the Year and some other titles. So be ready for it.
Nice. You can find me at CoreyandHD86 on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find me on twitch.tv/CoreyandHD. You can also find me on Nerds Gone Rogue and check out our other podcasts, Arsenal X, our Xbox podcast, Nerds Gone Platinum, our PlayStation podcast, Nerds Gone Rogue, and of course, Nintendo Power Block. Thank you guys for an awesome 2018. The show is the highlight of my week every week. This is my favorite show to be on and produce and everything. So, and these two knuckleheads are fun to podcast with. So thank you guys for an awesome 2018. We will see you on January 1st, 2019. Goodbye, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Everybody. Woo-hoo! Happy New Year. Yay, Octopath Traveler. Yes.